Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two wide receivers will be looking to be number one targets on the field in today's game. It's Thomas's Broncos going up against Edelman's Patriots.
All right, Larry, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Denver Broncos. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inlet.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Here we go now.
Four down.
On first down, it's Simeon. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said.
And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
I'm here all day.
On second down, Anderson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. Now, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
He's got his man here. It's Green. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
That's it, baby. That's it.
All right, here we go.
Now it's Simeon off the bootleg. Green's got it over the middle. And he gets it down to the 32. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go now.
Second and goal from the 7. Handoff comes to Anderson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. C.J. Anderson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Out of the gun, Simeon. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put it in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score on the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
Ringo.
Sugar.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he would have...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Philip Dorsett, 54 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from going out in front. And he puts it through. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Denver Broncos, they missed out on the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Their offense coming back onto the field here, and that's coming off that Super Bowl 50 win. I don't know that we expected them to go back-to-back-to-back or anything like that, but I certainly don't think we saw them missing the playoffs the last 2 years, right?
No, you're correct on that one. And a big part of it is, what's one of those old adages in sports, that defense travels and defense is a constant? Well, the Broncos' defense has been exactly that. I mean, look, they were 3rd overall in total defense in 2017. So the idea that they're going to drop to that type of a record with a defense that good, that just tells you about all the offensive struggles they've had.
Yeah, we mentioned the quarterback troubles, and just 5-11 in 2017 for Denver. And no room that time. Getting it. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves. Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
All right, here we go.
They are going to go. It's Simeon. Now, this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back.
Right.
Check it.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They try again with Lewis. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Wait, 51's the mic, boys. 51.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Foxborough after this.
in the slot.
Hey, watch both. Blue 20, go.
From the gun on third down, Brady. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Blitz, 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 blitz.
Brady not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it here on fourth.
No, 66.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he's got Will Tye complete. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yo trip ends here, baby. Yo trip ends here. Tight end right, tight end right.
Alert! Alpha.
I got one.
Brady to throw again. This is caught. Gronkowski. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Brady to Gronkowski. Cover athlete to cover athlete for a Patriot first down.
Tight right there. Crash, crash, crash. They're coming.
Let's go. Wait, 20. Hey, check it.
Check 13. Check 13.
Wait, wait, set.
Now Brady again. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal. Instead of the running back in New England, sometimes they like to call him the passing. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Malcolm Mitchell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen.
Nothing really to take into the lockers here. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. It's a short kick, taken to the 15. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Out comes the new.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dion Lewis, 57 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Fielded about a yard deep. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumbled a great field position. Throwing now is Brady. And this is taken in by Mitchell for a Patriot touchdown. Malcolm Mitchell. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead. And his kick is good. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
All right, here we go.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. C.J. Anderson. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. C.J. Anderson, 85 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone. Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now McManus on to kick this one off.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Go 50. Check 4.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
That one good for 13 at a New England first down. Brady now on first down. Over the middle, Dorsett. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down. Brady going to go on fourth down. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. It's a pickup of 21. And it gives the Pats a first down.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Like 20!
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Brady. And that's complete to Lewis. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first thanks to a flashy little spin move. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. From the gun, it's Brady. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get only 2 there, and it's second and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be real.
And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Brandon Cooks from a yard out, and the Patriots are pouring it on. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, the touchdown.
Goskowski now out to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right.
They start the drive with Anderson, and he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
And it's caught over the middle by the tight end Green. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right.
From the gun, here's Simeon. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Fresh set of downs here.
Tight end left, tight end left. Set!
A shotgun snap for Simeon. Over the middle, complete. It's Green. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Virgil Green, 46 yards. And the Broncos cut into that lead. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Wait.
Brady now on first down. Shedding the tackle. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Von Miller. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Watch Mike.
52.
Outside's coming.
All right, here we go.
Crash.
20.
On second down, here's Brady. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. On first down, Brady. Complete. This is Lewis. And that one results in 35 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Cooks, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Patriots continue to roll. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field, and they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
That's it, baby.
9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Watch 16, boys.
Here we go now.
On second down, here's Simeon. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
All right, here we go.
Throwing on third down, Simeon. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Cody Latimer now on the return. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. From the gun on third, Simeon. And caught, right side, Green. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. Here's Riley Dixon now. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Running for it. Here's Anderson. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Time for a break. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Gold switch. Regular. Go. Green 80.
Brady going to look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Let's check it. Reload.
Shotgun now for Brady. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
Goes. Here in this. Now we're going to get a timeout here called by the Patriots. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Single.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
On first down, it's Simeon. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go now.
On 2nd and 10, Simeon looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time, and it's 3rd down.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, The mental focus of the whole
that's
thing.
True.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Now let's
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Wait, 20. 29 to Mike.
I'm coming.
52. Wait, 20.
Brady going to throw here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds.
Check.
Blue 20.
Brady will try again on second down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Mitchell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. Brady going to try and throw on third down. His pass caught at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. And Denver getting set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one.
4 down.
Here's Simeon now on second down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact. Able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great. He had caught that. Pass the sticks, first down. Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to, because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this?
And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with this one. I struggle.